Live Media. This is gonna be my week 6 review on the NFL, and I'll be talking about college football, everything else in sports news for this week. Instead of cause it seemed like I didn't get a lot of views on when I was doing just stuff on NFL straight week to week. I'm just gonna do everything all in one take at the end of the week all the time for everything in sports. So this is my review on everything going in NFL. Wow, Lamar Jackson does it again tonight. He works that magic, looking like straight action Jackson, and the biggest comeback. And once remember, I think it was 22-3, like in the middle of the third quarter almost, middle of the third quarter almost, it was 22-3. The Colts looked like they were gonna win and upset the Ravens at Baltimore, but no. Lamar Jackson comes back, does again. Mark Andrews with a touchdown. Hollywood Brown with 2 touchdowns. Happy for Hollywood Brown. He's a guy. He kind of doesn't remind me of his cousin. Kind of remind me more of Deshaun Jackson. Y'all know Deshaun Jackson, who's with the Rams, been in Baltimore teams, one of them fast guys who's able to be able to maintain in this league for a little while, for a good little minute. You know, a guy that show he can run routes and not just speed. But Hollywood Brown, he just hasn't been able to stay healthy. He's finally able to stay healthy this season. He's able to show what he can do when he's healthy. And man, you can't deny him right now, man. Hollywood Brown's look good. Like he's actually that number one receiver right now. He looked good last night. So, congrats Lamar Jackson, the Ravens, man. I've been a Lamar fan since he was in Louisville, so I'm happy they won tonight. Won yesterday night. Good game. If you didn't watch it, you missed a hell of a game. If y'all didn't watch that game last night. Then also the Arizona Cardinals. My Arizona Cardinals remain undefeated. My favorite player, I always tell y'all, DeAndre Hopkins. He's with Arizona Cardinals. I know he's loving that he's out of Houston right now and winning. They're undefeated. To me, they clearly are the best team in the NFL. People think I'm saying it maybe because I'm showing favoritism because my favorite player plays with them, but I'm going to say it. They are the best team right now in the NFL. Ain't nobody stopping them right now, the Arizona Cardinals. So they look real good. Also, the Buccaneers won, pretty much handled what they were supposed to against the Dolphins. Cowboys win. Cowboys look good, but it always happens. You know, Cowboys look good again in the season, but they always have they're down. So we're going to see. Cowboys look good. So that's the main key points I like to say. And also shout out to my Falcons. You know, Atlanta, I'm true to Atlanta. I'm from Atlanta. So, yeah, Falcons won this week as well. They handled their thing against the Jets. Did what they were supposed to against the Jets. Also, my Vikings. I'm a big Vikings fan as well. I was a big Randy Moss fan. So, congrats to my Vikings. We won. We beat Detroit, you know, in a nail biter. So, all 3 of my teams won this week. I lost all 3 in my fantasy leagues this week. Didn't start a couple leagues. I just didn't start the right players and all that. I didn't think Justin Hoover was going to go off like he did. Another good game. The San Diego Chargers and Cleveland Browns. Hoover with 4 touchdowns. I'm like, wow. Like, I did not see that coming. You know, I shouldn't have put him on the bench. Also, Steelers. I didn't see Najee Harris going off. I've been a Najee Harris fan since he was at Bama, but I didn't see them doing what they did against Denver, a tough Denver defense. Shocked me. So that showed Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger did good, but Claypool, he had a good game. Johnson had a good game. Ben Roethlisberger showing he still got some left in his tank. It's probably his last season this year, but he's showing he still got a little bit on, still a little bit of that Big Ben in him. So those are my main key points. I think I stood out for everything that happened this season. Not this season, but main key points that stood out in the week 5 of the NFL. Nothing else big major. I think besides, of course, I'm gonna get to the big topic as well. What happened with the Las Vegas Raiders, but that's everything big that happened in the NFL. Also, forgot about that. The Sunday night game, Kansas City loses to Buffalo. Pretty much handed thrown to Buffalo Bills. Seems like the AFC might go through Buffalo. The way it's looking, the way how the Bills handle the Kansas City Chiefs. My problem with Kansas City is they don't have a number 2 wide receiver. I've been saying that forever. I know they got Josh Gordon, but I don't know if Josh Gordon has anything left in the tank. He hasn't really been the same like that since Cleveland. So I don't know. Like in Seattle, he was okay, but I don't know what he's gonna do in Kansas City right now. Like, you know, that's been Kansas City's main problem. All you gotta do is just stop Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, and then that's it. You pretty much stop Pat Mahomes in the offense. The Kansas City's been struggling with that since last year to try to find number 2 wide receiver. I think the biggest key point is they don't have Sammy Walker. Sammy Walker's in Baltimore, and you saw what Sammy Walker did last night. He's really helping out Baltimore. He's a big X factor, a very underrated wide receiver. Sammy Walker is. He was good in Buffalo and all that too, but he's now, you know, later on in his career, he's becoming a good number 2, a good quality number 2 wide receiver. So with him doing this thing in Baltimore, it seems like Kansas City is really affected by them missing him, so they don't have a quality number 2 wide receiver to go to, a guy that can get the ball in his hands. Because Tyreek Hill is nothing but 5'9", 5'10", so if you double team him and all that, you can pretty much shut him down. He just has speed. He has speed and quickness and all that, but he's still like a small dude and all that. So, and Kelce just double team him on the top. That's pretty much it. And that's it. You stop the Kansas City Chiefs. So I think that's really Chiefs' big problem. Besides their defense not being that good as well, I know they got my boy Tyrann Mathieu, Honey Badger, but their defense not that good. And then like their offense, like so you shut down 2 people, you pretty much close Pat Mahomes. He just has to throw the ball to the running backs, or he ends up getting sacked or trying to scramble. So that's the big thing I think Kansas City's been figured out with. Like they figured out they started Baltimore. You shut down Hill and Kelsey, you pretty much like they hit Pat Mahomes and nobody throw the ball to it. Like Hardman, all those other guys, like they got to step up, and they ain't really been stepping up like that. They ain't been able to get open, able to step up. So it's kind of like dang. I know they drafted a wide receiver as well, Kansas City did, but that's like their biggest need right now. They really don't have a good quality number two. Maybe Josh Gordon might, when he get better in the thick of things, he might be that quality number two. We don't know, but right now, like it seems like Kansas City is really in trouble because that division is very, very tough. I'll get them. And this closing to what about the Raiders? You got the Raiders in that division. Denver's still tough enough they lost. And you got San Diego, a hot young quarterback in Justin Herbert right now. So we'll see what Kansas City going to do. But now let's talk about Las Vegas Raiders. John Gruden resigns due to misogynistic and homophobic comments and racist comments that was sent through his email. I already knew it was because when that came, he pretty much had to step down and let him be fired. But it's just, wild what, we hear behind closed doors in the NFL. People always say NFL is still like the most racist one in the sports league, with everything that goes on in the NFL with all white owners, majority white owners and all that. So it just seems like, still going through the same stuff in the NFL. John Gruden is somebody I did watch growing up because my first Super Bowl I ever watched was the 2003 Buccaneers versus the Oakland Raiders. Back when they were Oakland Raiders in the Super Bowl. Wow, that's so long ago. Anybody would never think that the Raiders were in the Super Bowl. But yes, a long time ago, Raiders were in the Super Bowl. So I just look at it like, dang, I don't know what's happening in Las Vegas now. They still have a quality and a good team. They can still do some things. Maybe the new head coach, the guy who's a special teams coach, now he's promoted to the intern head coach. Maybe they'll use that as momentum, as fire, to do well and everything with everything happened to John Gruden. But wow, it's just, John Gruden, like I said, people say he's very overrated as a coach. You might could say that because he won a Super Bowl with Tony Dungy's players. So that's kind of why people's like, oh, he's never really. And then after he went to the Super Bowl and won with the Buccaneers, he only been in the playoffs twice. All that time he was head coaching them. So it's kind of damn with the Raiders. I don't think they made the playoffs at all. I don't think with him as head coach. Now with Jack Del Rio, I think, yeah. They always came close. They never made it since he's been the Raiders head coach right now. They went to the playoffs with Jack Del Rio. So Keyshawn Johnson blamed John Gruden for why Derek Carr regressed. He blamed John Gruden for that, but but just a sad situation. Comments like they had to be exposed what he was doing, but. The Raiders, I don't think they can still be fine. They still have a good defense. They have a good offense. Still have one of the best tight ends in the league in Darren Waller. They have good quality receivers with Henry Ruggs and all those guys. The only thing about Henry Ruggs is like speed doesn't accumulate to the NFL. Everybody in the NFL is fast, so you can't use your speed forever to go past people in order to get open to be a good wide receiver. You got to learn to be able to run routes real quick. Like I was just saying about Tyreek Hill. He has quickness along with speed and route runs. That's the reason why he's, so good. Look at somebody like Adams. Devontae Adams not a fast wide receiver. He just runs good routes. Like the people know Aaron Rodgers going to throw the ball at Devontae Adams, but he still is able to get open just because he's a good route runner. Andre Johnson did the same thing for years in Houston. Everybody knew he was going to get the ball in Houston all those years, but he was just good at route running. That's what made him so special. Same thing with the great Jerry Rice. That's why people consider him the best receiver ever. He wasn't as fast and anything. He just could run routes for everybody and catch that football. But that's what I think with some of the Raiders receivers. They got a lot of guys that are speed, but some of the guys saying they can't really master the craft of route running. So that's kind of been the issue. Chad Johnson, the same thing as well. In Cincinnati, he was always mostly the guy getting the ball until like T.J. Houshmandzadeh and Chris Henry, rest in peace, came in there later on. But mostly it was always Chad getting that football for the most part. So and he was still able to get open and all that, still make plays on it because of his route running. But yeah, so I look at, like I said, I look at the Raiders so much. I think they can still come out and still do well and still do good. I don't think the playoffs are about to. They can do well because that's just a real tough division right now. Also, now I'm finna get to college football. College football, my Dogs UGA, they number one now because Bama lost to Texas A&M. UGA doing their thing right now. I've been talking about the Dogs. The only person thinking the Dogs was gonna do something. The Dogs doing good right now. They're number one in the BCS rankings, man. Go Dogs, man. This time we go to the BCS. We ain't gonna blow that game this time for sure. We definitely not gonna blow it. So, I can't wait. I'm loving it, boy. Hopefully, Dogs, we go all the way to the championship this year, man, win it. I love what the Dogs doing right now. Their defense looking good. Offense looking good. I can't wait, boy. Go Dogs all the way. Then also, basketball news. Ben Simmons has decided he's going to report to camp. I figured that was going to happen anyway because Philly, he needs his money and all that. It's like you don't want to be sitting at home and you keep on, not getting paid, getting fined and all that because you're not getting paid because you're sitting at home. So, like I said, it's hard to find somebody that needs a Ben Simmons right now because you have to pretty much generate your offense around him. You have to have surround him with nothing but shooters, because Ben Simmons, like I said, everybody say he can't shoot. Everybody he's on saying that, so you have to surround him with good shooters. He can pass he can pass the basketball and do all that kind of stuff, but he has to have shooters around him in order to be good. So I gotta figure like unless he plays, there's no way his value's gonna go down if he's not playing. So I figure he would probably end up showing up if Philadelphia can find nobody to trade with and all that. Just so he might get traded by the trade deadline or something like that. I can maybe see that happening because that's the only way like his value also can stick and stay up as long as he's playing. So we'll see how that gets. Ongoing saga. Another ongoing saga. Another point guard with the Brooklyn Nets. My guy, he's actually one of my favorite players right now. Kyrie Irving. I have his shoes right now at the house. Kyrie Irving right now. I think the team said he's not able to practice, fully participate in practice. Pretty much they're trying to give him the vaccinate. Unless he gets vaccinated, he cannot fully participate. Because New York is one of the main laws where it's like you can't do something, can't play unless you're fully vaccinated. I think it's just New York and the Bay Area and California. That's it. So, yeah, I don't know where this ongoing saga is. I don't know if they're going to trade Kyrie or not. I just doubt it because that's Kevin Durant's guy. That's his main homeboy. That's why, that's why Kevin Durant went to Brooklyn because of Kyrie. That's his homeboy. So, I figure, like, I don't see that, change or anything like that anytime soon. Like Kyrie getting traded. He might end up getting the shot. They might just do him where it's like, Bumpy, he got to get the vaccine. He got to get shot. He got to get the shot. So, that's seen as all going solid whatever Kyrie. Regardless, people say about him, what he does off the court and all that. I mean, how much of a weird guy he is. Like I said, he is a good player off the court. Definitely a great humanitarian and everything like that. Definitely a good guy. But people just question, I guess, when he's on the basketball court, basketball skills, what he did. He's that different guy, kind of Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman was a different kind of guy and all that. But when they both play on that court, they show out and show up. So that one thing you can never say knock about them. When they come in there and play, they give it they all. That's one thing I say about Kyrie Irving. So, like I said, but this is Sly Media Sports / Hip Hop. This is I'm talking about everything in sports week to week and all that. NFL, mix of college and a little NBA news, whatever goes on that's big in the NBA or big in college basketball, college football. But this is Sly Media Sports / Hip Hop. I don't know if my next video is gonna be on anything about sports, anything big happens or anything like that. Probably won't do anything until like maybe the game next week or something like that when the football games come on. But I might do a review on some songs. Maybe I might do some. So I know a lot of people in the comment section be wanting me to do a review on song. I might do that as well. But like I said, it's Sly Media, man. Y'all have a good day. Y'all be blessed and be safe.